The season barely ends, and here we go again. The rumor machine never stops. It barely takes a breath before cranking out another wild theory about who's getting shipped out of Miami next. It's like clockwork. Every year, as soon as the offseason begins, the trade rumors flood in, turning the Dolphins roster into some kind of revolving door. Players who were untouchable a few months ago. Now, according to these so-called reports, they're halfway out the door. This time, it's Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. Someone somewhere decided Hill is going to the Chargers. Or is it the Cowboys? Or maybe another team? Because why settle for one random guess when you can just throw a bunch of names into the mix and hope something sticks? And then there's the real masterpiece of speculation. Miami trades Hill and replaces him with Deebo Samuel. Just a clean swap, no big deal, because obviously, trading away one of the most dangerous wide receivers in the league and immediately landing a different star in return is definitely how things work. Then we have Bradley Chubb. If you believe the latest bit of offseason genius floating around, the Dolphins are apparently set to send him to the Packers. And for what? A 7th-round pick. Not a first. Not a second. Not even a mid-round selection. A 7th. If you think that makes sense, I have some beachfront property to sell you in Nebraska. These aren't sourced reports. There's no hidden conversation between front offices. No whispers from agents looking to stir things up. Nothing. These are just fantasy trades disguised as news. The kind of empty speculation that fuels endless debates but rarely ever leads to anything real. And yet, people eat it up every single year. Let's talk about Bradley Chubb for a second. Why would Miami even consider trading him? There's only one somewhat rational reason: cap space. If the Dolphins move him after June 1st, they could free up $20 million in 2025. Sounds nice, right? But here's the part that doesn't get mentioned. Even if Miami makes that move, Chubb still counts $9 million against the cap while wearing another team's jersey. And now let's throw a real wrench in this whole theory. Miami could get the exact same cap relief by just cutting him after June 1st. Same financial impact. Same result. So why on earth would they rush to trade him for practically nothing? What's the benefit? Then there's his contract. In 2025, Chubb is set to make over $19 million in base salary, which, by the way, isn't even guaranteed. What team looks at that number, sees a player coming off a season-ending injury, and says, yeah, let's take that on? If a team really wanted him, wouldn't they just wait for Miami to release him instead of giving up draft capital? And if a contract restructure was on the table, wouldn't the Dolphins be the ones trying to work something out instead of just handing him off to someone else? Nothing about this adds up. And then we get to Tyreek Hill, because somehow, this rumor is even more ridiculous. The only scenario in which trading Hill makes sense is if something behind the scenes has completely broken down. We're talking locker room drama, off-field issues, a burned bridge that can't be repaired. Something so catastrophic that keeping him simply isn't an option anymore. But that's not happening. And how do we know? Because Tom Pelissero of NFL Network already reported that Miami has zero intention of trading him. And unlike the nonsense flying around, this is a sourced report. It's not a Twitter theory. It's not a fan-made trade scenario. It's actual reporting. So let's think about this for a second. If the Dolphins themselves don't want to move him, why would another team be jumping at the chance to take on the situation? And why would that team offer a huge trade package when they know Miami isn't even shopping him? If Miami actually wanted to move Hill, they'd be looking for a massive return. But let's be real. Does it even make sense to give him away for less than he's worth? Unless something completely implodes between Hill and the team, this isn't happening. Period. Yet here we are. Again. Because every offseason, this is what happens. Wild trades. Bold predictions. Mock drafts that have no connection to reality. It's all noise. People love blockbuster trades. They get clicks. They create debates. They fuel endless speculation. But in reality, most of these trades never happen. And here's what makes it even crazier. These rumors spread like wildfire. A random hypothetical trade gets thrown out on social media. Suddenly, someone turns it into Miami could be looking to trade Tyreek Hill. A few hours later, it's multiple teams have interest in Tyreek Hill. By the next morning, Hill to Dallas confirmed.